You have almost certainly been told by now how important safety is for emotional and nervous system work. Let's your body feel safe right now. Let's create some safety, send some signals of safety. Okay, but what if you've never actually felt safe before? How are you supposed to feel something that you've never experienced and don't even know what that feeling is? So, this question has come up a few times recently. I've had the pleasure to work with some really impressive people, and they've been through like extremely challenging childhoods. And we have to confront this question kind of directly, right? If you can't access safety because you've never experienced it, then a lot of the approaches that we typically try to access it, right? Like through memory, through some sort of felt reference in the body. If that's not there, what do we do? Well, in this video here, we're going to slow this down, talk about what safety actually is and what it feels like, so we can start to begin building a frame of reference for it. Even if it's never been there before, good news, it does not mean this cannot happen for you. So as you probably know, safety is not just a set of external circumstances, right? You can be in a situation that logically don't think there's any threats here. Your body doesn't feel safe there. And there can be kind of weird things sometimes where you're in an environment that logically you would expect should be more dysregulating or hyperstimulating or something, but depending on how you grew up, this kind of feels more like home. So safety is a felt state in the body and the nervous system. It is absolutely not a thought or an idea. So don't try to access it through thoughts like, I'm safe. So let's describe some of the characteristics. Because when safety does show up, it's not like a thought appears as, hey, I'm safe right now. It doesn't announce itself that way. And we can also use this description of safety as a bit of a diagnostic to see if this is totally foreign to you, right? So a few kind of clues. Less bracing, guarding in the body, right? Shoulders soften a bit, your jaw isn't clenched. See if the breath is not being held. It can like fully exhale. Less or no sense of vigilance. No expectation that someone's going to come in and interrupt you or demand something from you or start judging you. Notice or look for the idea of a sense that I'm allowed to just exist. I'm allowed to be here. And if a feeling comes up, if I want to do something, I just have permission to go do it. I have permission to express myself. Nothing bad is about to happen to me just because I exist. So as you hear me describe some of that, just check in. Like, have I ever actually felt this before? Now remember, if you realize, oh, I haven't actually felt this, this is okay. This is where a lot of people get frustrated and will try to force it or feel like the techniques they're doing are just kind of faking it. Right? Like telling myself, okay, let me just try to convince myself I'm safe. That's kind of like me asking you to imagine what pizza tastes like, and you've never eaten it before, maybe even never had any of the ingredients before. There's no reference for it whatsoever. So instead of trying to create or generate a feeling that we don't know what is, what we can do is start to create the conditions that can allow that feeling to emerge organically, at which point you will experience it. So this is where a concept I call adult capacity comes in, and I talk about this more in the framework of inner work video, which I will link after this, but the short version is that it's not trying to generate a specific emotional response, but that adult capacity is like who you are now, the person you are, even if you've never felt safe, right, has a little more ability to be with experiences in your body, be with the presence of emotion and intensity in the nervous system that was not there when you were younger. So a lot of these patterns, these feelings that get kind of lodged into our way of being, the tension, the anxiety, the bracing, those were formed when we were younger, and they were just like an overwhelm response. This is just how I need to be in this moment to exist, to survive being in this family or wherever I was. It's not a conscious process. And there really isn't access to any like, well, I wonder if I can choose a different feeling or how else can I be with it? It's just, boom, this is the environment. We need to brace. We need to prepare ourselves. Right now, see if you can notice, not trying to change it, not even really processing anything. Just notice, okay, do I have that tightness in the body? Do I have some of that bracing, that anxiousness? Like, what is it that made you click on this video? What is that feeling that you have? And I'm going to ask you to just be aware that it exists, which might sound like, well, duh, right? But as you kind of look at it, the you that's looking at it right now, there is a space there to kind of be with it, to notice it, not fight it, not try to change it. Notice the feelings. See if you can be a little curious about it. That very act, that was not available to you at one point. Right? So as you do, each time you do that, in fact, even if it's just for a little moment, you go towards a feeling, you look at it, you be present with it. Basically, your nervous system, all of this emotional energy within it starts to feel, oh, there's like something else here. There's a presence here that wasn't there before, and it's actually with me. I'm not alone in this. And in that, there can be these really subtle relaxations, right? This sense of, oh, there's an environment here internally that is different than it was before. And then, of course, there are some tools like being with someone, doing some processing with a facilitator, sometimes even just being around someone who's a little more regulated. You can kind of use that to help you lean into that feeling of like, oh, there's a bigger presence here. Let me allow a little bit of these feelings to just come up into that space. And also some tools like tapping and other things you can find on this channel, but not to change feeling, not to, I'm going to make myself feel safe, right? Or get rid of the vigilance, but just to help create conditions where there's more bandwidth. There's more of that adult capacity for these protective mechanisms in the body to start to go, oh, there's a little more space here. That relaxation will let you actually feel over time, oh, this is kind of what a little bit more safe feels like. It won't be abstract. You will know what pizza tastes like. You will know what safety feels like. And then you will start to develop this frame of reference, or, oh, okay, it's that. More of that, please. I notice when I'm getting more of that and less of that. And then you have this frame of reference to help work with you. So if you'd like to explore this further, like I said, there's the framework video I'll link at the end here, as well as a process around safety and tapping, and an ebook in the description if you want to have more visual, something you can read. Hope it helps, and I look forward to hearing from you soon.